Good day, wonderful parents. And today on this channel, I'll be sharing wisdom on raising godly and understanding children, and of course, homeschooling with unshakable confidence. I am Coach Z, and it's been a decade of helping parents become more intentional in raising their children. It's been a decade of helping parents move from the default kind of parenting to a parenting by design. It's been a decade of helping parents raise lifelong learners. And it's been a decade of helping parents give their children a holistic kind of education. It's been a decade of helping parents raise children who are purpose driven. And of course, it's been a decade of helping parents homeschool with unshakable confidence. If these are results that you also want in your family, then you want to subscribe to my channel. All right, so we've been on a series on helping you on learning gaps. All right, and today again we will be talking about why learning gaps actually occur. Now, learning gaps are things that give a lot of parents worry, but worry no more because I've got you covered. I've made two videos in this series, and one is to help you tackle your child's learning gaps, and the second one is to help you identify your child's learning gaps. Okay, so today we'll be talking on why learning gaps actually occur. But before we dive right into it, let us even know what learning gaps really are. Like the words specify, it's like clear a space in the learning, in your child's learning. Now, but let me further explain. Learning gap is a missing link in your child's understanding of a concept. So in this situation, we're talking about a child. So in your child's understanding of a concept or a skill. Now, these are things that your child hasn't gotten full understanding about yet. Does not mean that the child should be branded or should remain in that position. Okay? So in our academy, our parenting academy, we make parents understand that your child is on a journey in their learning. Okay? That they did not understand something today does not make them, don't keep them there or don't make them static or don't brand them with C student, D student, average student, and all of that. That's a very, very, very wrong um, thing to do to the child. Okay, because that also in itself kills the love for learning. And that brings me to my very, very first point why learning gaps occur. The very first thing is that your child's learning, love for learning has been compromised. And sometimes this love for learning is compromised with the words we say from our mouth. Like a child constantly hears. Like the other day, I was talking to some children, and they were making me to understand that in their schools, they have different children on different levels, and the children know that they're on that level. So you have children who are on the lower set level, or lower sets, and you have children on a lower set and you have children on a higher set like that. So, and these children know that they are on that set. You can imagine that kind of branding a child. How does that child even raise his head further in life? When he knows that he's on a set, you know, like that. So we need to be careful of those things because those things kind of kill the love for learning. So it kills that child's ginger to even strive and do better. The child begins to carry himself that way, like I'm an average student, so let me remain like that. No, that's not the essence of learning. The essence of learning is to get better every day. It's not for passing exams, it's for knowing and getting better every day. All right. So, as parents, please, we need to be careful of this thing. Don't let people brand your children and keep them at a static position. It affects their growth mindset, it affects their mind, and it affects their love for learning. So, that's number one. Also, parents, we are also the architect of this a love for learning being compromised. When our children are growing up, we keep on stopping them, shutting them up. Don't do that. don't say this. Your child is asking why, and you're like, stop asking me why. Just shut up. You ask so many questions. You see that thing, there's a saying that says, the way you do one thing, that's the way you do everything. You find out that that child is going to take that into the classroom, he's going to take that into his home school, his classes, and all of that. He's going to take that kind of mindset. So the child will always feel that I cannot ask why. Because why is a question that you ask when you want a deeper understanding of the concept or something. All right. And if a child is being shut up and say you cannot ask why, that is going to affect the way the child learns. You see, your child is exploring the house, all you're saying is stop, stop, stop. I'm not saying put your child in harm's way. If you need to take out things that are going to endanger them, please take them out for safety and stop just saying stop, 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 because in the end, it affects them. It affects their confidence about learning. It affects their self-esteem. All right. So the second point is that the way we pace the curriculum, pacing of the curriculum. Many people want to rush up the curriculum, we want to cover up, especially the educators, but this also even plays in home schools. You find out that you want to rush, 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 rush and cover. No, children need to have in-depth understanding of what they are learning. Learning is for mastery and not for passing exams. This is another mantra that we have in our academy. We do not learn to pass exams, we learn to know first. So what is the big deal if your child did not understand that concept and you said you finished the curriculum? Think about it. It makes no sense, absolutely. The next thing is that, and this is like the obonge of all of them, is the lack of feedback. If you don't have feedback, that learning gap is going to stay as long as possible in your child's life. Many of us today, even as parents, we have learning gaps that we have to still suffer today because it was never addressed in our past. Okay, you don't want to repeat that cycle in your child's life, do you? So you want to be deliberate about finding out what the learning gaps in your child's life every day. A beautiful way I can advise for parents who are not like full-time homeschoolers is that you can create a learning journal. And homeschoolers can do this too, especially if your child is now into independent kind of learning. So the learning journal, the child can put exactly what he did not understand and some things that he understood and something that he liked so much about the concept he's learning. All right, so you can go through this, even words that they don't know the meaning. You can go through this and now give them more light on it. You people can do further research, check Google, check books and watch a video on it and all of that. You can see that instead of you keep on that learning gap is there and keeps on widening and widening and widening. Because the thing about learning gaps, they widen. They don't remain static, they widen because most time our learning is building on concept on top